God says, my precious child, lean in and give me your heart for this moment. This is not an accident, not a coincidence, and not something you stumbled upon by chance. I place these words before your eyes because I have something to tell you that is deeply important for your life. I told you before, in whispers and in gentle signs, but you did not always recognize my voice. Yet because I love you, because I have chosen you, and because my promises never fail, I have come again to remind you of what I spoke. Do not let your heart wander, for this is a sacred moment, designed and prepared for you since before time began. My child, I know how weary your soul has been. I know the weight of the thoughts that trouble you when you are alone. I have seen the questions you never dared to speak, the tears you tried to hide, the fears that kept you awake at night. And yet, even in those silent places, I was there. I was the hand that held you when you thought no one cared, the stillness that calmed you when chaos surrounded you, the breath of peace that covered you when your heart trembled. I told you then that I would never leave you, and even now I am here proving my words true. You must understand, my beloved, I do not speak to everyone in this way. This message is personal. It is my voice reaching into the very places no one else can touch. I have appointed this moment to stir your spirit, to awaken your heart, and to remind you that I am faithful to everything I promised. Every detail of your life has been in my sight. Nothing has been overlooked, nothing wasted. Even the pain, the delays, the betrayals, I have seen them all, and I am turning them into something greater than you can imagine. Do not turn away from this word. Do not think this is ordinary. I am telling you now because the season you are stepping into requires your full attention. I told you before that I would make a way, and now I'm about to show you. Stay close. Listen carefully, for what I reveal in this message will prepare your heart for the blessings, the breakthroughs, and the answers you have long been waiting for. Remember the gentle ways I reached for you when your heart was busy and your mind was loud. I spoke in soft whispers at the edge of your thoughts. I tugged at you with a quiet feeling that said, wait, when your fear said, hurry. I placed small signs along your path, verses you kept seeing, a line in a song that would not leave you, a dream that returned with the same message, a sudden stillness that visited you in the middle of noise. I closed doors you tried to force open, not to hurt you, but to keep you from harm you could not yet see. I stirred a holy unease inside you when you stood near the edge of choices that looked bright but were not safe. I told you, and then I told you again, because I knew how much you carry and how tired you were. I was not angry with you for missing my hints. I was patient. I was keeping watch while you learned to hear me. I want you to see those moments as love, not as fault-finding. When I warned you, it was not to shame you. It was never to push you down. My warning is my hand on your shoulder before the curve in the road. My warning is the light in the window when the path grows dim. My warning is a shield I lift in front of you while arrows fly in the dark. I did not speak to embarrass you. I spoke to spare you storms you did not need to sail. I saw traps set to catch your hope and slow your steps. I knew where the ground was weak and where the bridge was broken. So I gave you the nudge to pause. I placed a check in your spirit. I sent a friend with a careful word. I let your plans stall so that your life would not. When you felt delay, I was giving you time to heal, time to grow, time to see with clearer eyes. Delay was not denial. Delay was protection wrapped in mercy. You have wondered if it was only your thoughts. You have asked if you imagined those holy hints. Hear me now. I am the peace that settled over you for no reason. I am the weight in your heart that asked you to step back when the room looked safe. I am the gentle pressure that said, "Not this," when everything shouted, "Yes, now." My voice does not bring panic. My voice does not tear you down. My voice leads you to what is good, true, and pure. My voice calls you to kindness, to honesty, to patience, to trust. My voice may cut away what harms you, but it never cuts you. It frees you. It lifts you. It clears your sight. The enemy tries to copy my voice with noise, rush, fear, and pride. He says, "You will miss your chance," and pushes you to move without prayer. He says you are alone and hopes you will choose from pain instead of from peace. He says God is tired of you and tries to pull you from me. Learn this. The enemy accuses, I assure. The enemy confuses, I clarify. The enemy shouts, I steady. Type Jesus, I need you if you know he's your only answer. Think of the dreams that carried the same thread across many nights. I wove simple pictures for you because pictures can enter a busy heart more easily than long speeches. I placed you in a hallway of doors in your sleep, and only one door felt warm. That was my way of saying, I will guide you when you wake. I showed you wide roads with bright signs that curved toward shadows. That was my way of saying, do not follow what only looks easy. I let you see storms that did not touch you. That was my way of saying, stay near me and the wind will pass you by. And when you woke, I let the memory remain so you would know I had spoken. Even when you forgot the details, I kept the lesson close to your heart so it could rise again at the right time and help you choose well. There were days when a plan fell apart in your hands and your heart sank. You thought you failed. You thought I was silent. But I was the one who loosened your grip, because what you held was not fit to carry the hope I gave you. There were people you wanted to trust because they smiled, because they said the right words, because they made you feel seen. I saw beyond the moment. I knew their path and yours did not agree. So I let the bond fade. I let the talk go quiet. I let the meeting never happen. Not to keep you alone, but to keep you safe. I knew who would honor your heart and who would spend it. I knew who would guard your calling and who would use it. My warning was a fence around your worth, a shelter over your future, a light on your choices. I told you by shutting what you tried to open, because love can look like a closed door when danger waits behind it. I also warned you through restlessness. That stirring that would not settle when you were about to repeat an old pattern, that was me. The knot in your stomach when you tried to say yes to something your spirit did not want, that was me. The gentle ache you felt when you drifted from simple prayer, that was me calling you back to quiet waters. I was not scolding you. I was saving you from a slow leak in your joy. I was protecting the flame I placed in you from winds you could not see. I was guarding your focus from small distractions that would grow large with time. I knew how certain habits would steal your mornings. I knew how certain voices would cloud your nights. I knew how certain places would dull your hunger for me. So I called you to step away, not because you were unworthy of joy, but because I was leading you to a deeper joy that would last. I also sent my word again and again. The same verse found you in different places. It rose up in a message, then on a page, then in a conversation you did not expect. That was not chance, that was design. When I wanted to fix a truth inside you, I set it before you in many ways so your heart could welcome it. When your courage was thin, I sent you, do not be afraid. When your patience was low, I sent you wait on the Lord. When your shame was loud, I sent you, you are forgiven. When your strength was small, I sent you, my grace is enough. These were not random lines, they were steps on a path I laid for you. Each time you saw them, I was knocking again. Each time you felt them, I was setting a stone of peace under your feet so you would not slip. Now I teach you to tell my voice from all others. My voice agrees with my word. My voice leads you to love and to truth. My voice makes you humble and brave at the same time. My voice does not hurry you past prayer. My voice gives you a path to obey. When you test what you hear, ask, does this make me kinder or colder? Does this draw me toward light or toward hiding? Does this ask me to be honest, to forgive, to serve, to trust? If yes, it is like me. When you are unsure, bring it to me and wait. I am not upset when you ask for light. I am delighted. I would rather you pause in prayer than run with doubt. I will confirm through peace, through unity, through counsel that honors me, through doors that open without force. I will not tease you. I will guide you. Do not grieve over missed signs. I waste nothing. Even what you miss becomes a lesson I fold into your wisdom. I use the times you did not listen to help you listen now. I use the pain you walk through to help you comfort others later. I untie knots you tied without knowing and set you free without shame. What matters is this: today you hear my voice. Today you choose to slow your pace, to clear the noise, to draw near. I will speak again in ways you can understand. I will match my guidance to your season. Sometimes it will be a whisper. Sometimes a strong nudge. Sometimes a holy stop. Sometimes a fresh desire that keeps rising like morning. Trust that I know how to get your attention without crushing your spirit. Trust that I know how to lead you without losing you. From this moment, walk with a listening heart. Begin your days with a simple prayer. Lord, I am here. Speak, and I will listen. Keep room in your hours for quiet so my voice has a place to land. When anxiety grows, return to stillness and let me calm the storm inside. When you need to decide, invite me into the choice and wait for the peace that does not argue. When many voices pull at you, step back and ask which voice makes you more loving, more honest, more at rest in me. Choose that voice. Let my warnings be a gift you welcome. Let my counsel be a guardrail you thank me for. Let my gentle no be as precious to you as my joyful yes. I tell you this because I am leading you forward, and I want you safe and strong. I am preparing you for doors that will open soon. I am shaping your hearing so you can carry blessing without losing your center. I am training your steps so you can walk through change without fear. I am helping you value what matters so you do not trade your birthright for a quick relief. I am teaching you to know me so deeply that no lie can pull you away. When the enemy says, God is far, you will answer, He is here. When the enemy says, you have failed, you will answer, I am forgiven. When the enemy says, hurry, you will answer, I will wait on the Lord. This is how warnings become wisdom and wisdom becomes peace. So take my hand again. Look back only to see my care, not to count your errors. Let gratitude rise for every moment I kept you from harm you never saw. Bless the closed doors. Bless the changed plans. Bless the holy poses. They were all love. And now, as you set your heart to listen, I will speak to you with greater clarity. You will know my voice in the middle of many sounds. You will feel my guidance like a gentle river under your feet. You will recognize the lies because you are filled with the truth. You will move when I say move, and you will rest when I say rest. You will walk the path I planned for you, guarded and ready. I told you before because I wanted you safe. I tell you now because I am about to lead you into more. Stay close to me, and you will not miss what I have prepared. You must know this with all your heart. Nothing you have done, no step you have missed, no delay you have allowed, has ever removed you from the circle of my love. You have thought at times that your mistakes disqualified you, that your delays made me tired of waiting for you, that your disobedience closed my heart toward you. But I tell you now, with a voice that carries the tenderness of eternity, I have never stopped loving you. My love is not fragile like human love. My love does not withdraw when you stumble. My love does not grow weary when you wander. My love is patient, enduring, unchanging, and it has carried you through every season of your life. Please support our channel. Our goals is to bring happiness in your life and to bring devotion and reverence towards God. And if you want, you can donate us through the super thanks button down below. I have watched you in the nights when you wept alone, believing no one cared. I was there, close enough to catch each tear before it fell, close enough to feel the weight in your chest as if it were my own. You thought the silence meant I was gone, but it was not absence, it was patience. I was waiting for the right moment, the safe moment, the perfect moment to unfold my answer. I have never been in a hurry with you, for I know the pace that will protect your heart and prepare your future. My patience is not distance, it is mercy. While you have feared time slipping away, I have been guarding your destiny so it will arrive unshaken. Every delay you thought was wasted was in truth a shield I raised around you. Even when you turned aside and chose what I did not choose for you, I did not abandon you. I walked beside you into the very places you thought would hide you from me. I stood watch while you wandered, whispering reminders that you were still mine. My love did not retreat when your choices hurt you. Instead, I grew nearer, so that when you called again, even with a faint whisper, I could answer quickly. You have not seen the battles I fought silently for you. You have not known the dangers I turned aside while you were unaware. My patience has been your covering, my love has been your shelter, and my faithfulness has been your anchor, even when you felt yourself drifting. I tell you this because you need to understand that I do not measure you by your speed or perfection. I measure you by my love, and that love has no end. I do not give up. I do not withdraw. I do not cast aside the ones I have chosen. I saw you at your weakest, and I called you mine. I saw you at your lowest, and I lifted you up. I saw you doubting, and I surrounded you with reminders of my promise. My patience is proof that my plans for you are greater than your errors, stronger than your hesitation, and more enduring than your struggles. You are still on the path I designed, and nothing, not your delays, not your disobedience, not your mistakes has been able to change that. My precious child, you have stepped into a season unlike any before. This is not just another passing moment, this is the moment of truth. I have brought you here with purpose, and what you are standing in now carries weight beyond what your eyes can see. Promises that I spoke long ago are pressing against the edge of fulfillment. The prayers you thought drifted away have been gathered, and their answers are now drawing near. You feel the shift. You sense the stirring, because heaven's clock has aligned with your life. Yet, at the same time, the enemy is stirring distractions with equal intensity, hoping to blur your vision, to make you delay, to cause you to let go just as my hand is about to release what you have been waiting for. I tell you, doors are opening before you, doors no person can shut, doors that have been hidden until this appointed hour. Opportunities you thought had passed you by are coming back, refined and prepared to bless you without sorrow. The paths that seemed blocked are being cleared, and the places where you only saw walls will now reveal gates of access. This is not coincidence, my child, this is divine timing. I have been shaping your steps for this very season. Every trial, every delay, every lesson, every tear has led you here. What felt like waiting was weaving. What felt like silence was building. What felt like loss was making room for gain. And now, my plan is unfolding, and I do not want you to miss it. But listen closely, for I speak with urgency. Hesitation now can cost you what obedience will secure. This is not the time to linger in doubt, to weigh your worth by fear, or to let distractions pull you away. The enemy will tempt you with noise, with busyness, with counterfeit doors that shine bright but lead to emptiness. He will whisper, "You have more time," but I tell you, this moment carries weight. If you turn aside now, you may miss the very breakthrough I have aligned for your life. Do not let the lie steal what I am giving. Do not let delay rob what obedience would deliver. My beloved, choose me in this moment. Step forward when I nudge, release what I ask you to let go, and trust that I am faithful to perform what I promised. The harvest is ready, but it requires your hand to reach. The door is open, but it requires your feet to walk through. The blessing is near, but it requires your heart to obey. This is the moment of truth, and I tell you again, obedience will bring you into the breakthrough you have long awaited. Hesitation will only hold you back, but bold trust will usher you into the very promise I have prepared for you. My beloved child, I see the hidden places of your heart where the weight of life has pressed down so heavily. I have not been blind to the struggles you carry, the nights you have laid awake staring into the silence, wondering if anyone truly hears you, wondering if even I myself have grown distant. I want you to know that I have seen it all. I have felt the heaviness you could not even explain with words. I have gathered every tear you tried to wipe away before anyone could see. I have witnessed your loneliness when you sat among others but still felt unseen. I was there in the betrayal that pierced deeper than any wound to your body. I heard your silent cries when the fear of tomorrow threatened to steal the breath from your chest. I saw the financial strain that left you feeling helpless, ashamed, or weary. I listened when you prayed prayers that seemed to echo back without reply. My child, I told you I would never leave you, and I have not. Even in the silence, I was there. Even in the moments when the answers tarried, my presence never departed from your side. Comment, I live for you, Christ, if your life is in His hands. I know how loneliness feels when it sinks into your bones, when no word of encouragement seems enough, when the absence of love from others makes you question your own worth. You wondered why I allowed that emptiness, why I did not fill it with people who would always stay. Yet, beloved, hear my heart. I never meant for loneliness to destroy you. I used it to draw you closer to the truth that you are never truly alone. Even when others left, I remained. Even when voices grew silent, my spirit whispered peace over you. I have been closer than your breath, nearer than your very heartbeat, watching over you with care that never ceases. The emptiness you felt was not abandonment. It was an invitation to recognize my nearness in ways you had not yet known. and I know the sting of betrayal that broke your trust. You gave love and received pain. You opened your heart and were wounded by those you thought would protect it. Betrayal is a bitter wound because it comes from hands you once trusted, words you once cherished. But my child, even then, I never left you. I stood with you in the place of broken trust. I wept with you when you questioned why. I held you in arms unseen when you could not understand how someone could walk away or turn against you. Do you not know that I too was betrayed? I too was denied, abandoned, and sold for a price. I too felt the sting of faithless friends. That is why I can heal you, why I understand you, why my love will never wound you. I told you I would never leave you, and I have not. Every betrayal was a wound I touched. Every abandonment was a valley I walked with you. You were never forsaken, you were always carried. I know the fear that grips you at night and lingers in the day. Fear of failure. Fear of not being enough. Fear of tomorrow. Fear of losing what you hold dear. Fear of sickness. Fear of being left behind. You have tried to hide it, to carry on bravely, yet inside your heart trembled. My beloved, I saw every shiver of fear, and I tell you, fear does not have the final word over you. I told you I would be your refuge, your strong tower, and I have kept that promise. Though fear knocked on the door of your mind, my presence guarded you from destruction. I have kept you when your thoughts spiraled. I have calmed you when anxiety tried to drown you. Every breath you took in the midst of fear was proof that I sustained you. My child, you were not consumed, for I stood between you and the storm. And I will continue to do so, for my perfect love casts out fear, and my love is anchored within you. I have also seen your financial struggles, the worry over daily provision, the quiet shame when resources did not stretch as far as your needs. You prayed over empty cupboards, counted coins with tears in your eyes, and wondered why I had not opened heaven's floodgates. Yet, my beloved, I was never absent from those moments. I sustained you when you thought you would break. I placed small blessings in your path that you may have overlooked: the unexpected help, the meal shared, the gift that came at the last moment, the strength to endure another day. I told you I would not abandon you to lack, and I have not. I have provided in ways unseen, and I am still preparing greater provision that will overflow beyond your need. Do not fear tomorrow's bread, for I am the same God who fed the multitude, who rained manna from heaven, who multiplied oil for the widow. I have not changed. I will supply all that you need. And yes, I know the pain of unanswered prayers. You prayed faithfully. You asked earnestly. You poured your soul into requests that seemed to rise no higher than the ceiling above you. The silence hurt you more than the struggle. You questioned if I heard, if I cared, if my promises applied to you. But my precious one, listen, I heard every word. Not one prayer slipped past me. I have held them all. But my timing is not your timing. Some prayers I delayed to protect you from harm you could not yet see. Some I withheld because I had something greater prepared than what you asked. Some I have answered in ways you have not yet recognized, because the answer did not look like what you expected. But I tell you this truth, not one prayer hath been wasted. Not one cry has been ignored. Not one groan had been forgotten. I told you I would never leave you, and I have not. Even in the silence, I was shaping the answer, weaving a story you will soon understand. Beloved, you have carried so much pain, loneliness, betrayal, fear, lack, Silence, and yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still searching for me. Do you know what that means? It means my hand has held you all along. It means my strength has carried you when your strength was gone. It means my promise is still alive in your life. I will not allow the pain to be the end of your story. I am bringing healing to your wounds. I am restoring the places that were broken. I am releasing provision where there was lack. I am answering prayers in ways that will leave you in awe of my faithfulness. I promise you healing. The brokenness in your heart will not remain forever. I will bind up the wounds of betrayal and fill the empty spaces with love that never fails. I will restore your confidence where fear once ruled. I will replace anxiety with peace that surpasses understanding. I will lift the weight of loneliness with my presence so tangible that you will know without doubt that you are never alone. I will turn your financial struggles into testimonies of provision, so that you will look back and say, truly, God supplied every need. I will turn your unanswered prayers into stories of miraculous timing, where you will see how my delay was not denial but direction towards something greater. I am your healer. I am your provider. I am your restorer. I am your faithful companion. I told you I would never leave you, and I have not. Every scar will become a testimony. Every tear will become a seed for joy. Every fear will become a platform for courage. Every need will become a place for my provision to be revealed. Every unanswered prayer will become a song of my wisdom and care. My beloved child, I have never failed you, and I will not start now. So rest in me. Release the weight you have been carrying. Trust that I am working in ways you cannot see. Believe that restoration is already in motion. Lift your eyes from the pen and fix them on me, for I am making all things new. This season of struggle is giving way to a season of breakthrough. This valley will give birth to mountains of testimony. What was meant to destroy you will only reveal the depth of my love for you. Type heaven is my home if your eyes are on eternity. I promise you this. Soon you will look back on the loneliness and know you were never alone. You will look back on the betrayal and know you were always held. You will look back on the fear and know you were always protected. You will look back on the lack and know you were always provided for. You will look back on the silence and know you were always heard. For I told you I would never leave you, and I have not. My love has been the constant thread weaving through your story, and my love will carry you into the fullness of healing, restoration, and provision that is now at hand. Be still, my beloved. Let these words settle deep in your heart. Let peace rise where fear once lived. Let trust replace your doubt. Let hope blossom where despair tried to grow. For I am with you. I have always been with you. I will always be with you. You are mine, and nothing, no pain, no struggle, no mistake, no delay can ever change that. I am your God, your Father, your friend, your provider, your healer, your shelter, and I will never leave you. Soon, very soon, you will see my promises come alive before your eyes, and your heart will overflow with the truth you now hear. I told you I would never leave you, and I have not heard me clearly in this moment, for what I am speaking carries eternal weight. Do not ignore this message, or you may miss what I am about to release over your life. I do not speak casually, and I do not place my word before you without purpose. Every sentence I am giving you now is a seed of destiny, meant to bring forth life and blessing if you will receive it with an open heart. I have appointed this time as a turning point for you, and if you lean in and obey, you will see a release of miracles, provision, healing, and breakthrough that will surprise you. But if you brush aside this word, if you choose distraction over attention, you may step past the very door I have already opened. Do not ignore me now, for what is unfolding is too precious to be lost. I know how many voices pull at you every day. Voices of doubt that whisper, "It will never happen." Voices of fear that say, "You are not enough." Voices of envy that try to convince you to measure yourself against others. Voices of deception that disguise lies as wisdom, hoping to draw you away from my truth. These voices have surrounded you before, and sometimes you listened, sometimes you wavered, sometimes you let their sound drown out the quiet whisper of my spirit. But I am speaking again with clarity. Do not give your ear to the noise of the enemy. Every lie he speaks is meant to pull you away from the blessings I am preparing. Every seed of doubt is designed to make you hesitate at the door of breakthrough. Every suggestion of fear is meant to paralyze your steps when I am calling you to walk boldly. Every spark of envy is meant to blind you to your own unique journey. Every deception is a counterfeit meant to keep you from receiving the real gift I have already promised you. My child, do not let these voices guide your steps. Do not ignore my voice in favor of theirs. Type Amen to agree with heaven's call, and share this so others may walk in light. My beloved child, it is I, Jesus, and I am drawing close to you right now. I am not far from you. I am not hidden from you. I am here, and the reason you can feel the stirring in your chest and the warmth moving over your heart is because heaven is reaching out to you. This is not an idea. This is not only a feeling. This is a call from my heart to yours. I am speaking in the quiet place under your thoughts, in the space where your breath slows and your fears loosen. I am calling your name because you are not forgotten, not overlooked, not lost in the crowd. You are seen, you are known, and you are loved. My voice has been ringing in moments you did not expect, in the middle of the night when you woke and did not know why, in the way a simple word from someone pierced deeper than it should have, in the ache you carry that will not make peace with ordinary answers. Heaven is trying to reach you, and I am saying to you, pick up immediately, because what I am releasing into your life will not wait for another season. It is for now. You have wondered whether I still speak to you, whether I still care, whether I am disappointed or tired of your attempts to be faithful. I tell you gently, I do not grow tired of you. I do not measure you by the length of your delays or the number of your mistakes. I measure you by my cross and by my love, and both stand forever. I know the questions that sit heavy like stones. Why did that door close? Why did that person walk away? Why did the plan fall apart after you tried so hard? I know the helplessness that wraps around you like fog, and the voice that whispers you should have done more, you should have seen it coming, you should have been stronger. Child, lift your head. I have seen your tears on pillows and in hidden rooms. I have watched you carry the smile that protects others from your pain, and I have not been fooled. I am not far. I am not a judge at a distance. I am a friend who sits beside you and shares your bread, a shepherd who walks inside the valley and not only above it, a healer who places his own hands upon the wound. If you could see how near I am, you would stop searching outside and begin to breathe again. Listen to me. There is a noise that has tried to drown me out, a swirl of opinions and fears and endless news and the echoes of your past. It is the heavy hum of distractions that promise relief and deliver emptiness. It is the pressure that pushes you to fill every quiet space so you do not have to feel the ache that still needs healing. but I will meet you in that very ache. I will not shame you for it. I invite you to lay it open. Put down the weight of what you cannot control. Put down the habit of judging yourself harder than I ever would. Put down the lie that says if you are small enough, silent enough, useful enough, then you will be loved. I love you already, before you try, before you prove, and before you perform. I have chosen you, and my choice does not waver with the weather of your emotions. My choice stands in storm and sunshine. My choice stands when you run and when you return. My choice stands because I am faithful. Today, answer me. Answer me by being still for a moment and saying, "Yes, Lord, I am here." Answer me by letting the flood quiet, turning off what feeds your fear, and allowing your heart to be soft. The soft heart hears me better than the clever mind. The soft heart receives what the guarded heart cannot hold. I will speak to you through my word and through my peace. I will remind you of what I have already said to you in other seasons, and I will bring clarity where you have only had fog. You do not need 100 steps. You need one next step. I will give it. I will make it simple. I will not confuse you with riddles. I will not set you up to fail. I will teach you how to walk with me in small, daily ways that lead to great change. There are wounds that keep redialing the past, memories that call you by your shame, voices that keep you living in yesterday's room even after I have opened a new door. Hear me. I am not calling you by your failure. I am not calling you by your fear. I am calling you by your name. When you hear the tug to rehearse the hurt, to replay the insult, to revisit the betrayal, let that be the signal to pick up my call instead. I am asking you to release the debt you hold against others so that I can pour healing into places that bitterness has blocked. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was fine. It is not denying what broke you. It is choosing to let me be judge and healer while you step out of the prison that resentment locks from the inside. You have carried this long enough. Put it in my hands. I know what to do with it. I know how to bring justice without poisoning your soul. I know how to make you free without minimizing the truth. If you will forgive, I will take out the thorn that keeps infecting your peace. If you will trust me with the parts that make you tremble, I will give you the strength you thought you lost. Right, I am nothing without you. Lord, if He's your strength. I also speak to the fear that comes at night, to the dread that sits on your chest when you wake, to the panic that knocks when the unknown grows tall. Fear is not your counselor. It is not your vision. He is not your future. My perfect love removes fear's claim. When you feel that surge, call my name once, and then breathe, because I am already in the room before you whisper. I am already in the hallway before you step. I am already in tomorrow before you arrive. Take this simple instruction. When fear speaks, answer with what I have said. Do not wrestle with it alone. Do not debate with it for hours. Speak my promises out loud. Speak peace to your own heart. Invite me into the very center of that moment. You will find that fear loses its sharpness in my light, and the darkness has no answer for a heart that calls on me. There are choices in front of you that matter. You have asked me for a map, but I am offering you a compass that always points to me. The map might change, and roads may close, but the compass will not lie. I will guide you. Some doors will close to protect you, not to punish you. Some delays are not denials. They are aligning you with people you have not met yet, with resources you cannot see yet, with strength you are still receiving. Do not force open what I have gently shut. You'll not camp in front of what I did not build for you. Walk with me. If I say wait, it is because something is being prepared for you or something is being prepared in you, and both are beautiful. If I say move, then move when it makes no sense to others, because I am with you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are being led. I am healing your view of yourself. You have learned to talk to yourself in a voice that does not sound like me, a voice that cuts, compares, and condemns. That voice has made the small places in you even smaller, and it has taught you to hide. I am teaching you to speak to yourself with the truth I speak over you. When you fail, I do not call you a failure. When you fall, I do not call you a burden. I call you mine. I help the fallen stand. I wash the dust from your feet without shaming you for walking through a dirty road. I delight to see you take one honest step more than I am impressed by 1,000 pretending strides. Be gentle with your heart because I am gentle with it. Do not agree with the names that pain and people tried to give you. Agree with me. You belong. You are chosen. You are worth the blood I shed. There is nothing cheap about you. I know the prayers that have not been answered yet, and I do not mock your hope. I do not roll my eyes at your repeated requests. I treasure them. I weigh them with care. I am working in ways that are hidden, but hidden does not mean absent. Hidden often means holy, because what is holy grows in quiet earth. Seeds do not shout while they become trees. Your hope is a seed, and I am keeping it safe in places that storms cannot reach. Keep bringing me your desire without apology. Keep trusting me with outcomes you cannot calculate. I will open doors at the right time, and when I do, you will say it could only have been me. I speak to your home, to your mind, to your nights, to your body. Peace to your rooms where tension sits. Peace to the conversations that end in silence. Peace to the expectations that crush and the goals that chase you without kindness. Rise and stand in the middle of your home if you can, even in your mind if you cannot, and say, Jesus, you are Lord here. Invite me over the threshold of every room and every memory. I will fill the air with rest. I will put songs in corners where arguments used to hang. I will break the cycles that repeat themselves and teach you new patterns that carry grace. I will teach you how to listen to each other without weapons. I will teach you how to speak life. I will settle over your bed like a soft rain and quiet the mind that keeps running. I will touch the places in your body that hurt. I am not indifferent to the ache in your bones or the sharpness behind your eyes. I am not bored by the long road of healing. I will be your companion on that road. I will strengthen those who care for you and those you care for. Do not ignore this word. Do not tell yourself you will come back to it later when you feel stronger, or when the schedule is lighter, or when other people are happy with you again. Later is the favorite trap of the thief. Now is my gift. This moment is enough for a yes. Answer me now. Answer by turning your face toward me, by letting the tears fall if they come, by saying, Jesus, I am listening. I am nearer than your breath. If you will open your heart, even a little, I will meet you greatly. If you will open your hands, I will fill them with what you actually need. If you will surrender the picture you keep trying to force, I will surprise you with what is real, simple, and good. I am raising you into your purpose, not through pressure but through presence. You have wondered what your calling is and feared you missed it. Your calling is to be with me, and from that place, everything else finds its order. I will show you the people you are meant to serve and love. I will show you the work that is yours to do and the work you must release. I will show you how to carry peace into rooms that do not know peace, how to be kind when the world is sharp, how to stand firm without becoming hard, how to speak truth without losing tenderness. Your light does not need to shout to be bright. Your yes does not need to be famous to be faithful. If you will give me your ordinary days, I will make them overflow with meaning that endures. There will be times when the path is steep and you will want to stop. In those times, remember that I am not at the top calling you up without help. I am beside you, step by slow step. When you stumble, I do not move away. I move closer. When you are too tired to pray, breathe my name and let that be your prayer, and I will take it with joy. When the thought comes that it would be easier to quit, tell me the truth you are feeling, and I will not rebuke you for being human. I took on your humanity so you would know I understand. I know about tears that burn and nights that stretch and friends who leave. I know how it feels to be misunderstood when your heart is clean. I know how it feels to be faithful and still face storms. And because I know I can help you, I can steady you. I can make you brave in a way that looks like peace. I am also speaking to the gifts in you that have been buried under comparison and the fear of what others think. I place those gifts in you on purpose. They are not accidents or leftovers. They fit the shape of your story. I will breathe on them again. I will show you how to use them without pride and without hiding. I will send people who need what you carry, and I will guard your heart from the trap of needing to be needed. You will serve from overflow, not from emptiness. You will give because you are filled, not to prove your worth. And when you feel the tug to stretch beyond what is healthy, I will remind you to rest. I will teach you that rest is not laziness, it is trust. Be careful of voices that sound spiritual but do not lead you to me. Be careful of advice that flatters your fear. Be careful of the easy path that asks you to lie to your own soul. If it pulls you from my presence, it is not for you. If it demands you abandon love, it is not for you. If it keeps you running so hard that you cannot hear me, it is not for you. I am simple. I am clear. My sheep hear my voice, and you are mine. When you are unsure, bring it to me. Let me weigh it. Let me sift it. If it is me, it will come with peace even when it is hard. If it is not me, it will come with confusion even when it looks easy. Please support our channel. Our goals is to bring happiness in your life and to bring devotion and reverence towards God. And if you want, you can donate us through the super thanks button down below. I am setting a table for you in the presence of your enemies, which means I am giving you rest where you expected only battle. I am feeding you with strength in the very place you felt starved. I am anointing your head with oil so that what once stuck to you will slide off, and what once poisoned you will pass by. Goodness and mercy are not chasing you to shame you. They are following you to keep you from going back to what I already freed you from. Let them follow. Let them keep watch at your back while I lead you forward. You do not have to live looking over your shoulder anymore. I bless your future. I bless your choices. I bless the small things that never make a headline but remake a life. I bless the quiet acts of faith that no one thanks you for. The prayers you whisper while washing dishes, the patience you hold when the room is loud, the steady kindness you give when no one is clapping. Heaven sees, heaven reckons, heaven responds. None of this is wasted. None of this is unnoticed. You will reap what you sow, and I am protecting your harvest from the locusts of doubt and the storms of discouragement. Keep sowing. Keep loving. Keep showing up. I am with you. Now, my child, answer this call by opening your heart to me in this exact moment. Place your hand over your heart if you can, and say, Jesus, I pick up. Let that simple act mark a new beginning. From this moment, keep the line open. Speak to me in the car, in the kitchen, in the line at the store, in the quiet minutes before sleep. Read my words as if they were written for you, because they are. Worship not to earn love, but to enjoy the love you already have. Ask me for wisdom in the details. Thank me for every mercy, no matter how small. And when you stumble, pick up again without delay. Do not let shame hang up the call. My child, the reason I am asking you to pick up now is because there is a timing in my spirit that you cannot see with your eyes, and I do not want you to miss what I am pouring out. There are moments when the soil of your heart is soft, when the ground is ready for seed, when the air is thin with holy nearness, and this is such a moment. I am stretching out my hand to you in a way that will make sense later, but I am asking for your yes now. Do not harden yourself against what you do not yet understand. Do not try to solve the whole of your life before you answer the simple call to come to me. You do not need to be worthy to come. You come because I made you worthy by my love. You do not need to explain your tears to me. I have counted them. You do not need to hide your trembling. I hold you even when you shake. Answer me with a whisper if you cannot shout. Answer me with silence if words will not come. I hear what the human ear misses, and I respond to what seems too small to matter. Nothing about you is too small for me. I am not calling you into a life where you must carry everything alone. I am calling you into a life where you can finally lay down what was never yours to carry. You have been holding the weight of others' opinions, the fear of not being enough, the memory of mistakes that you already confess but still rehearse. You have been bracing yourself for the next blow because the last one hit so hard. Come closer. Let me put my palm on the places that ache and feel how the ache lessens under my touch. Let me breathe peace into your chest until your breath matches mine. I am not trying to make you strong by ignoring your weakness. I am making you strong by filling your weakness with my strength. This is why I tell you again, be still and know that I am God, not in a distant way, but in the intimate way of a father who kneels to tie the shoe of a tired child, who lifts what the child cannot lift, who smiles not because the child is fast, but because the child is his. I am asking you to clear a little space each day for me, not because I am bound to a ritual, but because love needs room to speak. Wake with me before the noise crowds in, even if it is only a few minutes. Sit in the chair that has become your prayer place, or make one if you do not have it. Put your phone aside and put your hand on your heart and say, Jesus, I am listening. Open the words you have heard before and you will find living bread, not stale crumbs. Let one sentence become your song for the day, and when fear comes, sing this sentence back to fear. Walk with me through the day not as a guest you tried to impress, but as a friend who stays. Tell me what frustrates you in the hallway, and what scares you in the waiting room, and what delights you in the small wins that others might miss. If you will keep the line open, you will find that I answer more than you ask, and I carry more than you notice. There are whispers that come to your mind that sound like you but do not carry my peace. They tell you that everyone else has it together, and you should be ashamed for still learning. They say you are too late, too flawed, too ordinary to be used for anything that matters. My child, that is not my voice. My voice lifts you without lying to you. My voice corrects you without crushing you. My voice calls you into purpose without turning you into a project. I am not here to fix you like a broken tool. I am here to love you into fullness. When you hear the counterfeit voices, do not give them a chair at your table. Do not argue with them for hours. Bring them to me and watch them lose their power as truth enters the room. You do not fight shadows by swinging your arms. You fight them by turning on the light. I am your light. Stay with me and they cannot stay with you. I am walking you into forgiveness, because forgiveness is the doorway through which healing enters. I know the names and faces that rise when I say this. I know the story and the sharp words and the quiet betrayals that never made headlines but broke your trust. I do not ask you to pretend the wound was small. I do not ask you to call evil good. I ask you to hand me the gavel you have clenched for so long. Justice is safe with me. Vengeance is deadly in your hands. When you forgive, you are not saying they did not hurt you. You are saying they will not own you. When you forgive, you unlock the cell you have lived in with your pain, and you discover that I, the one who knows every detail, walk you out into clear air. You may need to forgive again and again as layers peel back, but each time you choose it, I pour fresh oil on the wound, and scar by scar, I make beauty from what you thought would always be ugly. And when you struggle to forgive yourself, know this: I do not hold against you what I have already taken to my cross. Agree with me. Lay it down. You are not the sum of your worst day. There are choices in front of you, and I will not confuse you. Bring them to me one by one. Do not pile them into a mountain and stare until you feel paralyzed. One step, one prayer, one act of obedience at a time. I will speak through peace, through counsel that aligns with my heart, through doors that open without force, through a holy unease that tells you when to slow down. If you do not hear an answer today, do not panic. Walk in the last thing I told you and leave room for me to clarify. I do not rush you so hard that you forget how to be human. I lead you in paths of righteousness for my name's sake, and those paths are the right size for your feet, not for any others. Stop comparing your path with those next to you. Their chapter is not your chapter, and your chapter is not theirs. I know how to write your story. I never run out of ink. I never lose my place. Comment Jesus. Be my defender if you trust his protection. I am renewing your mind, and this renewal is not a harsh scrubbing but a gentle washing, again and again. Sit under my word the way tired skin sits beneath warm water. Let the old dust lift off. You do not need to force your heart to feel, but you can train your mind to return. When anxiety drags you into spirals, catch it sooner than before and say, Jesus, take me back to truth, and I will. When shame tries to narrate your day, interrupt it with gratitude. 3 simple things you can thank me for in the next breath, and watch how thanksgiving breaks the grip of the lie. When discouragement says nothing will change, remember one time I surprised you. Recall one door I opened, one kindness you did not expect, and let memory become fuel for hope. I do not despise your small practices. I partner with them. Your daily yes becomes a path for my daily grace. I am also touching the practical parts of your life that weigh you down. I care about the bills, the deadlines, the decisions that seem to have no good options, the fatigue that colors everything gray. I care about the car that keeps breaking, the job that leaves you drained, the search for work that fits your hands and honors your heart. Bring me these concerns without shame. Ask me for provision and strategy. Ask me to open doors that no one else can open and to close doors that look good but lead to loss. Ask me for favor that cannot be explained by your resume. Ask me for rest that cannot be earned by finishing one more task. I have fed thousands with a little bread and a few fish. I am not threatened by your lack. I relish the chance to show you abundance in ways you did not expect. And I will teach you how to steward what I provide with peace, generosity, and wisdom, so that you are not only blessed, but become a blessing that keeps flowing. Pay attention to small instructions, because small obedience turns the course of a life. If I nudge you to speak a kind word, do it. If I prompt you to apologize first, do it. If I ask you to step away from a conversation that keeps staining your spirit, step away. If I tell you to rest rather than push, rest. If I whisper to wake early and pray for someone by name, wake and pray. If I bring to mind a gift to give it. These are not random moments. These are threads that I am weaving into a tapestry you will only see clearly later. Faithfulness is built in the daily, not only in the dramatic. And I delight to trust those who have learned to say yes in the quiet places. I am healing your memories. The scenes that replay when you are tired are not stronger than my presence. Let me step into them. Imagine the room where it happened, and invite me in. Not to pretend that the event did not occur, but to change the weight it carries. Picture me standing there, placing my hand between you and the blow, speaking truth against the lie that tried to take root that day. See me kneel beside you on the floor of that hallway, not disgusted by your tears, but gathering them as treasure. Hear me say, you are not the cause of every storm. You are not the container for other people's anger. You are not what they called you in their pain. Stay long enough in my presence for the old labels to lose their glue. I am patient. I am kind. I have all the time you need, and I am not counting the minutes like a clock on a wall. I am counting the moments of freedom as they multiply. Guard your gates. What you allow into your eyes and ears builds the room in which your thoughts live. Choose content that feeds faith rather than fear, hope rather than cynicism, love rather than mockery. You do not need to be entertained to death. You need to be nourished to life. Give me the first minutes and the last minutes of your day, and watch how the middle shifts. Do not bow to the altar of endless scrolling. It will not bless you. Do not let every notification become your master. You already have a Lord. Live unhurried with me in a hurried world, and your life will become a quiet rebuke to the lie that says you must always hurry to be valuable. I am building in you the courage to love again, even after love cost you. This time, you will love with wisdom. This time, you will carry boundaries as a form of honor rather than walls as a form of fear. This time, you will listen to my checks before you ignore them, and you will follow my peace instead of overriding it to avoid disappointment. I am not leading you into a life where you are used up and discarded. I am leading you into a life where you pour out what I pour in, and because I keep pouring, you do not run dry. Do not believe the story that says protecting yourself by closing your heart is safety. The safest place is a tender heart in my hands. I will show you how to stay soft without being naive, how to be kind without being controlled, how to be generous without being guilted, how to be strong without being hard. For those who belong to you, those whose names you speak when you wake and before you sleep, I hear those prayers. I will move. I will send help that does not announce itself with fanfare. I will place the right words in your mouth and hold back the wrong ones. I will arrange meetings that look like chance and make them turn like keys in locks that have resisted for years. Keep trusting me with their journeys. I am better at leading than you are at carrying. Love them, speak truth with tenderness, release them to me, and watch what I will do. Even when it seems slower than your hope, do not give up. Slow does not mean still. Seeds do not sprout all at once, but they do sprout under the right sun. Do not skip this invitation. Do not promise yourself that you will come back when the week is kinder. The enemy does not fear your good intentions. He fears your present obedience. Answer now. Come as you are, not as you imagine your best self to be. Bring me the messy room and the distracted mind and the tired eyes and the heart that wants to want me more. I will meet you in the real place. I will not love a version of you that you cannot maintain. I love you, and my love makes room for growth without making your acceptance a moving target. Today is holy because I am in it. This moment is enough for a new beginning. I am setting a watch over your mind. When the wave of worry rises, ride it into me rather than letting it crash against the shore of your heart. Say my name slowly and mean it. Jesus. Let it be a prayer and a place. When temptation offers a quick relief, look past the moment to the emptiness that follows, and then choose me instead. I promise you this. There is a sweetness on the far side of obedience that the world cannot counterfeit. There is a lightness that comes when you are no longer split between two loves. There is a clarity that grows when your yes to me becomes your loudest word. And where you have said no to me before, I do not hold it against you. I simply call you again. I am not ashamed to call you again and again until you answer, because I am not tired of loving you. I will teach you to carry my presence into ordinary places, into the store aisle, into the office, into the classroom, into the bus, into the kitchen, into the gym, into the quiet corner where you check messages. I am not only Lord in the sanctuary, I am Lord at the sink. I am not only neared in the prayer meeting, I am neared in the break room. If you will turn your heart toward me for even a breath, I will flood the natural with the supernatural, not always with signs that flash, but with a peace and wisdom and kindness that change the air around you. Do not underestimate what happens when you refuse the sarcasm that would have felt clever, when you speak hope where despair was expected, when you honor someone others ignore. These are not small things in my kingdom. These are the stones that build my house in the world. Type Amen to receive strength today, and share this message to bless another soul.